If you're tired of not making progress and you're ready to be the artist you know you're meant to be, you're in the right place. You're listening to the Singer's Path podcast. The Path, or Performing Artists Training Hub, will cover everything, including singing tips that actually work, advice from top industry professionals, and life-changing mindset shifts. Out with the starving artist and in with the thriving artist. I'm your host, Sarah Bishop, professional singer, actor, educator, and entrepreneur. I'm not afraid to speak the truth and stop the gatekeeping of quality information so you can actually become the artist you dream of being. So let's get on the path, shall we? Even though we're all on our own journeys, it always helps to have a guide. So hello, hi, welcome to this week's episode. We're here for another happy hour gab, except neither of us are drinking. We're just drinking tea.
We're drinking tea though.
It's a little nighttime, a nightcap gab. But we're just singing karaoke together because that's what we do. And I was singing, we did Suddenly Seymour, we did Ragtime. You sang some stuff. Can you talk about that yet?
No, not yet. I know.
What?
It's not announced yet.
Are you dead? Are you? Fuck.
I know.
Guys, all right. I can't.
Everything is signed too, which is annoying.
What?
I know.
Ugh. All right. Well, as soon as the shit's signed, I'll
It's not even that cool.
It is cool.
It's a little cool.
You're traveling to do a really fun thing. Anyway, he's got a gig coming up that we're gonna announce. Anyway, we were working
Wait,
on that.
you didn't say my name yet. Hi, it's DJ again.
Hi, it's DJ. I'm joined with DJ, and we're looking at. I was like, oh, I want to see who's like in the cast for this. Okay. So I'm looking at, so if you go to Masquerade NYC, basically what they're doing is they brought Family of the Opera back for like an immersive experience, which if you know anything about Sleep No More, it was like immersive Macbeth.
Well, the marketing for this is really cool. They've like put these like red letters all over like the city and like hid them in places. Yeah.
Does anyone know what the fuck it is though?
I don't know. Well, the Phantom people do. I've never been.
Does
like,
anyone else know what it is?
But like they put it in Times Square. They hit them around New York. The cast, when they like announced it, all got like little red letters from the Phantom with like that font on it.
So they're really going crafty with this one.
Yeah, very crafty. It's
like escape room.
I could be crazy. I guess we could find out right now. It's Diane Paulus that's directing, and she did SpongeBob. She's very crafty because remember that whole set was like pool noodles and everything.
Yes, we love a crafty girl.
She loves a crafty.
We love a craft. So okay, so she's sensibly hiding letters around New York City.
Well, I don't think she is, but somebody on the somebody on the marketing team
individually is going around.
Of the production office definitely are.
You might find one in your mailbox. You might
probably, honestly, I'm sure it's their mailer.
I mean, honestly, fuck, finally. You know, might as well. Okay. Anyway, if we got any Family of the Opera listeners, just know it's not gone. They just decided to close it down so they can make even more money. And so this one's called Masquerade, and it's basically Phantom of the Opera. And I'm looking at the rules. The first rule is hide your face. But like, I'm sorry. It reads, a black, white, or silver mask is required for entry and must be worn at all times. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's very Sleep No More, but I didn't know you had to bring your own.
They gave you a fucking mask. No, this is a little like, y'all don't have the budget for a mask.
No, I'm sure they will have masks available for the very small price of $39.99. You know, it's definitely going to be one of those situations where they'll say, they'll say bring your own. And then when you inevitably forget or don't have a mask, because I don't know, I don't have a mask.
What constitutes a mask? Like, can I wear...
And it needs to be black, white, or silver.
Why does it have to match their aesthetic? Like, why can't I wear an orange mask?
Because messed up the design.
That's what I'm saying. If you want a specific design,
right, you'll probably have to buy one there.
Can I bring my Sleep No More mask?
Maybe, actually, probably.
But like, okay, I feel not that I'm trying to like say anything I shouldn't, but like, y'all couldn't provide a mask, like really. Anyway, okay, that's all I have to say.
It is expensive.
It is. I mean, the show's expensive. That's what
it's
I'm
also
saying.
like entirely sold out for like a while. So like,
it is. Though I have tickets in September. Which I guess is still a while, but okay. It also says guests are encouraged to wear their own masquerade mask that celebrates the occasion and reflects personal style. Oh, whoops.
it does
you
say.
can. Yeah, you can.
No, wait. The next line says, "If you don't have one, we'll provide a complimentary."
Oh, well, then we just went on a.
I was just a shady, judgy bitch without reading with my eyes.
Listen, I've been in New York for too long to know that nothing is complimentary. So I'm actually genuinely shocked that they're not.
They
charging.
added it to the ticket price. It's actually $80, and it's on everyone's ticket. Of course, it's actually complimentary. Duh, fucking of course. Just read the instructions, Sarah. Okay, the next part of Masquerade: dress the part. The night demands extravagant attire. We celebrate the Phantom's return with festive dress.
I love that. So have you ever been to the Magic Castle in LA?
No.
It's this place where magicians go to like practice or learn their craft.
It's like a sex club for magicians.
Kinda. So but you have to get an invite.
Of course
you can't
it
just
is.
like sign up or buy a ticket. You have to like know a guy to get in.
You have to be in the it's like what is that like Arrested Development where there's like a magician guild or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but isn't
the
that
show with
the
like
plot
Will Arnett?
No, but there's other movies.
Is there another
Not
magician
Ready or
guild?
Not. What's the? Oh, what am I thinking of?
Wait,
there's
so
a movie. I don't know. But anyway, there's a place called Magic Castle in LA that is giving this kind of vibe where you have to dress up. It's black tie.
Damn.
Like they will not let you in. You like walk around. It's honestly immersive. You walk around and you can like see different shows. There's magicians like doing like sleight of hand kind of in the hallways. It's very like Haunted Mansion kind of esque. And there's like tiny little theaters that they do their like short acts in.
How do you know about the secret magician society, DJ?
Because I went there.
No,
yes, I did. No, I was invited.
How? What? What? Tell me. This has nothing to do with singing or the arts, but
no,
it has everything to do with what I want to know right now.
It's in Los Angeles. When we were touring through Costa Mesa.
So like the Disney portion of LA.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, we drove to LA to get there. We were playing Costa Mesa, but
to the Magician Guild. Yeah. Yeah.
One of our Glinda covers had a hookup through one of her friends, which is literally how you have to get in, and so they invited the cast, and it was very fun. And we also got a private showing.
Of what?
Of one of the coolest magic shows ever. It was all like sleight of hand kind of stuff, but like truly incredible. I wish I remembered the magician's name to plug him because like he was really great and should be famous.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. So you saw a private secret magician society in Costa Mesa.
Well, in LA, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in LA.
Yes. My hotel and the theater was in Costa Mesa, but we drove to LA for this event.
It was like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did you get a party bus?
No, I think we all took Ubers, to be totally honest.
Oh, are you serious?
No. Was that a car city? No, it wasn't a car city. Some people had cars, so I think we just carpooled around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dang, an Uber in LA. Okay. So the secret masquerade that really has nothing to do with anything else we're talking about today, other than I'm excited about it and I want to see it, and it seems expensive, but here we are. So you got to get dressed up as if you were going to the Secret Magician Society. You also have to dress up for the Phantom. Black, white, or silver only. Okay.
Yeah, but keep reading. Does it say like unless you don't, we'll provide a black, white, or silver suit for free?
Formal or cocktail attire is required. Stilettos are forbidden. Wear shoes and clothing you can move in. Okay, this is a hideous wardrobe. You want me in a black, white, or silver cocktail dress, but no heels, and I got to be able to move in it?
Well, it said no stilettos. Can you wear heels? You could wear like a chonky heel, I think. I don't know. I don't know their set.
These women are probably not going to be able to see shit, and then they're going to wear a heel, and then they're going to fall.
Someone's going to fall and sue Andrew Lloyd Webber is what's going to happen, so that's why they said that.
Andrew, my man. Why? But they have to be dressed up for the Phantom. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I guess I understand like semi-formal.
Oh,
wait, go ahead.
I was moving on. Sorry, your password is the ticket. That's cool. It's like a speakeasy.
You receive a secret password 24 hours prior to entry. You will give it at the door. There are no physical tickets. What the fuck? What if you get the password and someone else knows it and takes your ticket because they took your password? Is it like give them your ID? Oh,
it
requires
an QR
ID.
code. Yeah, I was like, there's got to be.
There are no physical tickets. You and everyone in your party must have the password.
Have you ever been to a speakeasy?
We went to one in Des Moines.
I was like, I've never been. Well, that's a lie. I've been to one here. There's one here.
Wait, where?
Well, I can't say it on the podcast.
Wait, but
it's a secret. No, it's really cool. It's in a Subway.
What?
Yeah, you walk down the first set of stairs. It's only open at night. And it's a door.
What?
That's a full gorge bar.
DJ.
And then if you were to continue walking down the stairs, you just end up in the subway station.
No, bitch. Wait.
I don't think it counts as a speakeasy. Well, maybe it does.
I've never heard of it.
It's very not known. I don't even know that. I don't know the name of it.
Could you find it again?
Oh yeah. I know exactly where it is.
What
we'll go.
Subway station.
I remember it being very loud.
Well, yeah. Well, then it's not very secret.
Well, it's around the 42nd or 50th.
No, it's not. It's not in Hell's Kitchen.
It is in Hell's Kitchen.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
With the AC?
Yes, or the one, maybe the one. I literally don't remember what train.
How the fuck have I never seen that?
It's crazy. When I show you it, you're gonna be like, "That's always been there." Yeah.
Okay, we're going. All right. For evening performances, all ages must be 21 and up. Special matinee performances are.
I wonder why. That's strange.
Sex
in Phantom,
death. Maybe.
I was like, I'm pretty sure the ticket
requirement
was 5 years old and up for Broadway. So
yeah, I feel like so many little baby children fell in love with the show. So that seems a little bit weird. Masquerade is a journey including haze, strobe lights, and laser effects. The venue has ADA accessible pathways throughout. For specifics,
don't be late.
Don't be fucking late. The Phantom.
It looks cool. I hope I get to go at some point. I don't want to spend that amount of money on it, but
is there no cast?
Then they announced it, or maybe
it's not
on their
on
website.
here.
That's weird.
All right, well maybe that's something for after the podcast.
I don't think they announced who they're playing. I think they just announced who they are
playing if they're based on who.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple former Christines. One of them was in Eric's class, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's chill. She's really good.
Where?
People are gonna be. Okay, we were zooming that
Where did it leave off?
It cut off somewhere. It just happened. So it was fine. Anyway, okay. So DJ, sorry we went on a literally 15-minute tangent just looking up the details of Masquerade because it seems really cool. But yeah, neither of us are involved in that project at all. But it would be cool to be part of it, I guess, and sing Phantom.
I wish there was a role for me in that show. I don't think there is.
Can't you just get your knees done and turn into Raoul?
Get my knees done.
Get your knees done and extend your shins. You can be as sensibly. I mean, how tall?
If I was tall, it'd be over. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, how many? I mean, I feel like it was Alex Johnson.
Who are you talking
about? I just scat when I don't know what I'm saying.
Your poor listeners have gotten a drunk version of us, and
I
now
know,
just a
and
really
now we're
sleepy
sober.
version of us.
Honestly, we're sober right now, and I sound insane. No, what was the Alex? I feel like there's some versions of Raoul that weren't I don't know.
No, they're all hot and tall.
Are they?
Yeah.
John Riddle did it. He's hot and tall. Yeah. Okay.
Case in point.
Isn't Raoul kind of a dick? He isn't Here Lies Love, the sequel.
I don't know.
Yes, I feel like
he's in Phantom.
No, in Phantom he's not, but in Here Lies Love is a show about Filipino people.
Yes, it is. You're talking about
Love Never Dies. Not Here Lies Love.
No, I went right on that journey though.
God bless Here Lies Love though. It was so good. No, Love Never Dies, which is apparently not good. But is about...
I liked it.
You like Love Never Dies?
Yeah, it's very pretty to look at.
Wait.
No, I said Raoul is not an asshole, but maybe he could have been.
He's not?
He might. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Wait. Okay, guys, someone write in and tell us because I don't know. No one knows.
I watched it. I've seen it twice. Nope, lies. I've seen it 3 times.
Love Never Dies.
Not in
Why?
person. I've seen because it's filmed. You can watch the pro shot.
With Sarah Bogus.
Mm-hmm. No, she's not in the pro shot. I don't think. I think it's the girl from London. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on any
Broadway
of this.
HD?
But I watched that version of it on camera twice. And then I saw the tour because my friend Bronson was playing the Phantom in it.
Bronson.
Yes, and he is brilliant. He's like the Phantom Wonder Swing. I'm actually surprised he's not in this version.
Is he the one you keep casting in verticals, which is the whole purpose of us coming on
No,
today?
that's Brandon, but different. Okay. This is Bronson.
Another hot
yes
musical theater man that now does verticals.
Correct.
So, okay. Hi, audience. Sorry for not addressing you more directly. Happy to have you here today in our very sober, sleepy post.
It's sleepy. We have chamomile tea.
We had chamomile tea. So if we're a little delusional and crazy, that's why.
It's too hot. I haven't even had my tea yet.
Yeah, it's also like still hot in New York, so it's not really a tea kind of time.
I meant my tea, not the weather. But the weather is also hot.
Oh, everything's hot. Everything's hot, and the weather is hot. But I wanted to segue because everybody really liked DJ's Happy Hour Gab from last time because...
That makes me so happy. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, it was real fun. Students from even my group class were like, hey, DJ's hilarious. You should bring him back. They actually wanted you to make a guest appearance in class.
I'll totally do that.
I know. Well, it's over now. It's coming back in the fall. I know. We just ended our...
When in the fall?
Summer semester. And it's September. I don't know if you'll be in rehearsal.
I'll be in rehearsal, but I'll still be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pop in.
We'll see if people want to say. There might be different people in the class. You might show up.
They're like, who is he? I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. But it would be cool to have you make an appearance. But basically, oh, by the way, guys, if I didn't say this already, by the time we're recording this, there might not be spots left yet. Hopefully not, because then I won't have to do anything else to market it anymore. But if there. The registration for group class for 2025 in the fall should be happening at that time. You can check. What am I saying? God, it should be open right now. At the time that this episode is airing, you should be able to register for group class for the fall. So if you've missed it up until this point and you really want to get on board and you want to work with me, this is the time. But again, if you go to the link to sign up for fall group classes, or group lessons is actually what we're going to be calling them, not group classes to get confused, but group lessons. If you go to the link and it says that it's full, then it's full. It'll reflect how many spots are left. And just know if you've never signed up before, the prerequisite is having pillars. And this is to ensure an integrity that you're still working on your technique and that we have like a similar language and that you're still drilling things at home and you have everything you need. So that's why it's not to be a big meanie and make you buy something. It's so that it actually works for you. So you'll get pillars and then we'll work together in class. I'm capping the classes of really small sizes, only 10 people per class. There's only 2 classes. There's a pro class and an evening class that's a intermediate class. Yeah, so get your butt in there if you want to work with me. And that should be starting in the middle of September. So take a look at that. If there are any spots open, you should be able to check it out. All that to say.
Queen.
Plugging queen. Oh, bitch, you know I plug. Bitch, I be plugging. Because, listen.
No, you're doing it.
I gotta let the people know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they forget. And then sometimes if you are a loyal listener and you like hear me talk about it all the fucking time, like I A, apologize, and B, some new people don't know about it. So I gotta keep, being a little parrot up in here just to make sure that I get to connect with you guys.
I was gonna say, does your podcast have ads yet?
No.
It should.
Girl.
Make your own ads. For your own stuff.
That
I know,
is
but
an ad.
But like, you know how like sometimes like you like there's like and now let's take a break and then it plays like 3 commercials.
It's me selling something again.
Yeah, that's what Trixie and Katya do. I don't know if anybody listens to their podcast Bald and the Beautiful, which I'm obsessed. I consume all of Trixie and Katya's content.
Okay.
People are either going to know what I'm talking about or not, but yeah, no, they do all of their own ads.
Okay.
Do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know the first thing about podcasting.
I'm kind of doing that. I guess I can make a fancier ad.
Yeah, so you're gonna like pre-record it, and then you don't have to like.
Oh, keep doing it every single time. I like to go on a little tangent.
That's true. I like. I'm
a little talkative. What's the name of this?
Talkative.
Tanya.
Terry.
A little Terry, scary Terry from like Rick and Morty. There was this. He was like scary Terry, and he was like oh my God, what was this? It was like Freddy Krueger with his. Was that the one that has like the scissor hands? I'm naming.
I've never seen the show.
DJ.
I know.
DJ.
I've done some research on it.
Did not wink wink ever have any association wink wink with ever being anywhere near that show.
No.
But
I wish I did.
He wished
My bank
he
account
did.
Would be different.
His bank account wished that he did, but he should absolutely know that.
I auditioned for 2 roles. I think I can say that, but that's it.
He auditioned for Rick and Morty. Are you fucking dead? I can't. It's insane. It's like one of my favorite shows because I'm a terrible person.
I texted Sarah the second I got it.
You absolutely did, and I helped you with it because I'm obsessed with that show. I like actually was in shock that he was actually auditioning for it. Anyway, Starstruck. Where was it going with this? Unclear.
I don't know. You were done with the plug. So
I was done. I was plugging. Yeah. I was plugging in the opportunity to get some group lessons. And guys, keep in mind, these are so small. They're kind of like semi-private lessons, more or less. Like, if you want to work with me, this is the way to do it. So I hope to see you there. We're bringing our friend DJ on again today.
I'm back.
He's back because we are talking about actually this whole other side of DJ, which is casting.
Yeah, I cast a little bit.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things.
He does do a lot of things. He nannies.
And I was on somebody else's podcast. I think I mentioned this last time, but I did a survival job thing because I was like, I have truly catered, babysat, office temp, coat check, personal assistant. Mm-hmm. I worked in wardrobe. I was the costume coordinator of things. It's crazy. But I have most recently found myself doing something that I actually really enjoy and always wanted to dip my toes in, which is casting.
Oh, yeah. In the vertical short realm.
In the vertical short realm.
And feature
films.
So
I have cast 7 projects total. I've cast 2 features, 1 short, and 4 verticals.
Dang. You just started this year, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it in the fall?
I think so.
I think
actually, like last October was around that time.
My Sister's Killer.
Yes.
I had a butter knife and I was like giving.
You sure did.
I sure did. There was the whole plot was, can we talk about the plot?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay. The whole plot was, and DJ was like, oh my God, I got my first casting project. Like, you have to audition. I was like, okay. And I was like, what is it for? And he was like, my friend
it was called In the Arms of a Killer.
Right.
And then it was quickly changed because like they're soap operas. If you don't know what vertical short forms are, they're basically the new version of soap operas.
But like absolute clickbait, like your brain's rotting.
It's basically you take like a entire feature length film, break it up into like 60 to 70 episodes, and then every single episode ends with a cliffhanger of cliffhangers. Like full like telenovela slap kind of cliffhanger.
Yeah, there's always a slap.
There's always slaps.
They always are really mean to the main girl.
Mm-hmm. They're all
usually like
thing, but
my billionaire boyfriend got my sister pregnant.
That's exactly what they all are.
Like I got where there was my alpha.
I mean, I can.
Why don't you read some titles?
Cast.
Okay, these are real projects that DJ got really paid real money to cast.
I did.
And people do them
so much. Like truly, like that's kind of what we want to talk about because it's been the best acting class ever to be on the other side of the entire process. So In the Arms of a Killer, which is my first one, got changed to Lust for My Sister's Killer.
That almost gives the entire plot away.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. And they're crazy. That's like the names get changed all the time to the most like crazy thing. It's wild. People love it though. I don't know. I don't consume this content, but
yeah, it's a paywall. Like you have to pay every minute of it you watch, right? You have to like buy.
Yeah. So like you either watch like 3 Candy Crush ads or you buy like the $17 like pass to watch
for every minute of this feature length
It
film.
would take you days, which is what they want if you don't want to pay, because then they make money and ad revenue.
Yeah, and then they rot your brain from Candy Crush ads.
Or with the actual content, because the other ones
with the content
have been Taming a Fussy Billionaire, My Chef Bride.
Was that the anorexic one?
That was the magical anorexia one.
AI writes the scripts.
Yes. Or they are Google translated from Chinese soap operas.
Right.
And they,
So they just take a Chinese soap opera.
Yes. And like Google translate it, and however it translates is
and they're like, that's how it is, and then we're not going to fix it.
Quite literally.
Okay.
And then most recently I did Mistaken Surrogate for the Basketball Bad Boy.
I think you showed me clips of that one.
I probably did.
Mistaken. Oh yeah, they just happened to accidentally impregnate her.
You gotta watch to find
out.
In the
hospital.
They sure do that.
You'll have to see the cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, but it's been really fascinating to cast those verticals and then get the opportunity to cast 2 full feature films and then a short, and see kind of like what's different, what's the same, and
And so Okay, because part of this,
I don't even know where to start with all this.
Yeah,
like I kind of want to.
I kind of want to start from like the actor's perspective of like, I talked about this a lot. How casting directors really are your best friends. Like they are trying so hard, and I feel like actors like resent them because they're like, Daddy doesn't even pay attention to me, and meanwhile, like casting directors are like so literally hard. Behind the scenes. You have no idea how many hours Daddy is putting in. Okay, yes. Sorry, casting.
Well, I guess I should start by saying like I should preface this with like there are casting directors that have been doing this for like decades and years and years and years with so much more experience than me. So like I'm still dipping my toes in this. Mm-hmm. So like everything I say is my own opinion and take it with a grain of salt and has been my own experience. That being said, I think there's like from an actor's perspective so much to be said and learned from the other side of what it all looks like.
Right. Even on like you were saying Actors Access, like submission breakdown services and what that looks like. Explain a little bit about you said today like there was a tape that I got asked to make and I'm at a little bit of a crossroads in my life where I'm like, oh God, do I even like tape for this? Like, is it even worth it if I'm feeling like I'm not going to be taking a whole lot of acting jobs for a little while.
Oh, yeah. So you always should tape and make it a good tape. You never want to submit subpar work because your tape lives in perpetuity. That was something I learned in a one-on-one class, actually. Mm-hmm. And it kind of shook me because, like, we make these tapes and just, like, put them out into the ether and you never hear anything ever again. But that lives in that casting office's database. So, like, if you submit for that same casting director a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later, whatever you last taped for is right there. The second they click on your profile, it shows you the history of everything you've sent, which is usually a great way to be like, oh, I've seen this person before. They're great. Let me call them in again. Or like, oh, I've called this person in a few times and like it's not been great. So like, I'm going to pass this time. Yeah, like, so like your tapes always are there.
They're there. And like, I think.
And always constantly representing you, even when you're not submitting.
And if you self-submitted, I think you can actually see them, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can. There's a little.
But if you didn't self-submit them,
I think there's like a little like clock sign next to it. If you've like submitted to that casting director before, you can click on that and it'll pull up everything.
It'll pull up. Yeah, so you can keep a record. But I can't remember what I submitted anyone. I'm kind of bad, but I know when your agent, like just
click on the button and you'll see
but if your agent does it, you can't.
Correct.
Yeah, I can't see it because my agents always put it up, so I don't really know. I don't know what videos of mine lurk in the office.
But that's why it's like the only way to like guarantee it is just to make all of them good.
Make all of them good. Yeah, but they weren't all good before I was better at it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna learn.
Well, and I should hope that people have like.
I think they have the capacity to
be like, oh, people grow. I was like, I certainly do. As an actor, I'm like, I'm never judging anybody because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be seen for my self tapes that I made 6 years ago. So like,
right. So hopefully they like. I mean, I think they do. I think they probably like to see that, and if they could
it's also
compare
cool. Yeah, to be like, oh wow, look at how far this person's come. That's really awesome.
I think the other thing about casting is understanding that if you are selected on like a short list or anything. Like
you have already beaten so many people, and I say beaten. That's not the right.
Like you're already in a very small pool compared to like
the numbers game is crazy.
Yeah.
So like for a vertical film that shoots in Atlanta, around 2,000 to 3,000 people submit per role. That's a real.
What?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Do you go through every single one?
Yes. I'm not talking about self tapes. I'm talking about submit either on Actors Access or via their agent.
Oh, with their
so
headshot.
2,000 to 3,000 people will submit for it. I only have time, and casting offices only have time to request like 20 tapes, which is already a lot per role. Because think about it. Let's say there's
from 2,000 to 3,000. You get to narrow down to 20.
To 20 that even get to audition.
Oh my God,
it's crazy. But like. If you think about it from a time and number standpoint, you can't ask more than that to audition because then you have 20 people per role sending in tapes.
Yeah.
Let's say you're casting 10 roles.
Right.
That's 200 tapes to watch.
Right.
And like keep making that more and more and more depending on how big the project is.
Right.
So if you get the initial self-tape, you've already gone from the thousands to 20 people.
Right.
And of course, like people decline sometimes. So like, I'll have like a list of people, or it's like if somebody turns it down, then I'll like add somebody else to the EcoCast. But like, I always try to clock that for myself. If you're ever like feeling pissy at your agent because you're like, why am I not getting seen for this? It's like, they're probably pitching and like submitting you. It's just like, it's really hard to get out of that, the thousands to the few that get picked to send a self-tape.
Yeah. So, and like explain a little bit on the other side of Actors Access too, like some things that'll bump you up in the submissions. I think like a slate shot.
I never had a slate shot until this year because I realized how important it was.
Yeah.
Breakdown Express will order people based on how completed their profile is. So like go on your Actors Access and complete the profile.
Yeah, complete it. Even
make
though
sure
it sucks.
all of your headshots are on there. Make sure all of your media is up. Make sure your resume is completely updated and filled out. All your contact information, and add a slate shot, which is literally just a slate. Because if you have everything filled out, the algorithm puts you further up on the viewing list. Right. You're gonna get seen no matter what, but like if I'm like it prioritizes you. And a slate shot also just kind of like gives somebody an idea of like your energy, not just off of your headshot.
Yeah, like your speaking voice and your vibe more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of. I didn't realize that too, and I know in like some audition classes, people are like, "Are slate shots important?" And then the the casting directors are like, "Not really," but
because they're not going to get you the job at all,
right?
It's really like that initial bump,
right?
That's like just like semi helpful.
Why not just set yourself up,
right,
to be seen even a little bit more when there's 2,000 people with headshots? And I mean, as you go along too, guys, this is interesting too, because like DJ was helping me with this. Say he does accept tapes from 20 people, he narrows it down. Like, what's the importance of like clicking through someone's reel or clicking through someone's audition, sitting through the whole thing?
Make sure your reel is mostly on your face and voice all the time. Because sometimes there's only time to just like click through it. Like I don't want to say nobody. I'm a one-man show. So like I've been casting by myself with no assistant or associate on all these projects. So like I have everyone being like, when can I see the selects link? And I'm like, hold on, oh my God. So like I'm literally just like clicking through to be like, oh, this is what this person looks like on camera. And it's kind of annoying when like you click on a reel and like if I click through a bunch of times and it always lands on like
can't find them.
Somebody, I'm like, who is this? I don't even know who or remember like who I clicked on.
Right.
So it should be more you focused than like a full scene that plays out. Like, because I don't want to say nobody's watching it, but like it's very rare that somebody watches the whole thing.
Yeah, and you do, and like here's the thing, it's like do a full tape, like good start to back, but like it's like if you're not focused and locked in at the top, like people are gonna be like,
I will say that I personally and ethically watch the entirety of every tape sent to me.
Like the prepared work.
Yes. Because I think it's rude to not to request somebody's work and then not watch it. So like,
yeah, you're right.
If you ever submit to me, I am watching the tape. What I will say is that as that tape climbs up the ladder to creatives, to producers, to executives, and to investors and clients, that's when people start to watch it less and less and less, which is kind of a good thing in a sense that's like these people aren't usually the most creative centered people.
Yeah, but they're thinking like optics. They're thinking like, what does the audience want? What's going to make money? And it just becomes, it actually becomes less and less personal.
Completely.
The higher you go
so
up.
Like they're sometimes just looking at like 3 headshots and only clicking on the one they like and watching that video, which is like makes my brain explode still.
It like makes you want to murder
because I'm like, I
bit.
Watched 200 tapes, just watch these 3.
Yeah, can you please watch the entirety of these 3? But like so basically guys, what you're hopefully understanding is like the casting directors like heard all of the actors together and in which like the best options to show the team, but then they're going to be really advocating and pushing that the team really considers the people that are in that final link. So those, how many usually do you have in a final link?
Depends. I usually have I try to have at least 6 people per role on a link, and that's for the director to watch.
So the director picks
watches
their
all
favorite.
Of it. Director will pick their top 3 usually.
Okay.
And then that new selects link with the top 3 of every role will go to producers and executives.
And then the producers...
And that's where sometimes the director can push, but like sometimes they don't even have the power. Sometimes it's all about the people with the money and investing, and like everybody and their mom can want Sarah Bishop to play the role. But like once it climbs the very, very top
like,
ladder,
I don't like
someone's
her,
like, I don't like her. I want this person to play it. And you're just like, yeah,
and they'll just
okay.
pull. Sometimes they've just pulled from Instagram. They'll pull from like, I like this person's Instagram, which they did that with someone we knew from school. And I remember you showing me this Lex link, and I was like, how the fuck do they know this person? And you were like, oh, they found them on Instagram. But I didn't even think that this person was like that popular on Instagram. Like, how did they even find them?
I wish I knew.
So
I will
sometimes
say,
people
like,
in China are stalking your Instagram to see if
it's not
you're
about.
good for vertical
It's also
short.
like I want to say like sometimes it's about following. It's not like I don't.
But this person didn't. I don't.
No, that's why I was like, it's just they had a look that the producer liked, and
But how did
wanted
they
to request
even
a tape.
find her?
I have no idea.
It was actually kind of borderline creepy because DJ was like filling me in on this process, and like he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so pissed! Like I went through like thousands of headshots and hundreds of tapes, and like narrowed it down to like all these amazing people." And
the whole creative team
said no.
and the whole creative team and producers were happy. It was the client.
It was the client. So wait. So everybody. So you got to final picks. Like everybody that was like creatively working on the project was happy. And then the
including
client,
some producers.
Okay.
And then it was like the person who's investing the budget.
So
was like, I like this person instead. And we were all
and
like,
they just
what?
like picked a rando from Instagram.
Yeah.
And they were like, can you, but they didn't even
But
audition.
I also like, that's kind of like a full circle for like booking anything at any level. I say this all the time is miraculous. To go from 3,000 people, and that's like I said for a vertical short form film in Atlanta. Imagine what like Hamilton or Wicked submissions look like.
Yeah.
So like to go from whatever that thousands number is to the 20 to 40 people that get to self tape,
right,
to the 10 that make it on a selects link, to the director's top 3, to then like being the miracle that everyone agrees on is crazy.
That's like, if it's for you, God will make it happen,
right?
Kind of a thing.
Because
otherwise,
at that point, like truly, like honestly, everybody that submits a tape is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Which means that everybody on the selects link is excellent and could absolutely play the role and should be playing the role. So after, like, once you're at the top 10 people, it's like everyone's fabulous and looks right for it.
And listen, if you were asked, like, even if we're going to boil it down to the actor's perspective, if you were asked to submit a tape, and this is the thing I've been dealing with this year, it's like, if you keep getting asked to submit tapes,
they love you. Because if you're getting asked over and over again, that means the director trusts that you're going to do an awesome tape that they can be proud of to show the creative team. Because if you make a great tape, casting director looks awesome. Good. Yeah. Because look at all these awesome people I found for you.
Yeah.
If I come to the producer and say like, I couldn't really find anybody, here's like 3 people that are kind of meh, then I look bad. Do you know what I mean? Then he's like, well, why did I hire you? Why aren't you doing your job? Like,
yeah, like where are the good people?
Right.
And
that comes down on casting. So it's like that's why it's like people, you have to do a good job. That's why everybody casting wants you to do a good job.
Yeah. This is another thing that I'm trying to keep in mind too. Like, I feel like if you do a good job, and especially for certain shows, and you make a good impression, and even if you don't get the role, like I'm kind of hoping for this for, I guess I can say it now because they announced who got the job, but for Les Mis, I was in finals for Les Mis this year, which was amazing just to be in for that casting team again and to go in for that show again. I did not end up getting it. It was for something that's called a vacation swing, which is someone that like, which would actually be kind of gorge because then they don't have to be on the road all the time. But like you come in and fill in when people are on vacation. And a swing is also someone that like knows the whole show, which actually most of the time when I think about swinging, I feel like I would give myself an aneurysm.
I could never.
No, but I feel like in that
those
show,
people
though,
are machine computer people.
on that show, I feel like I could maybe do it. Like that's kind of the only show I could, because it's like a vocal score versus like Cats or something.
Sure.
I think I would literally rather pass away than swing Cats. Not even kidding. I've had nightmares about it. I don't.
Have you ever swung?
Hell no.
I swung at Kings Island.
You swung at Kings
did.
Island? Was that the year I had a nervous breakdown over the fact that I didn't get cast?
I don't remember. I do remember that happening, but I don't remember what year it was.
I was devastated. I was unregulated and unhealed.
You really did not need to be.
I really didn't. I was so upset. I was pissed because it was the second year they didn't cast me, and it was because they cast someone else the previous year that looked like me who was crazy, and so then they didn't cast me.
But there you go. Where it's like,
but I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That wasn't me though. Wait, you're not gonna cast me because I look, and I can't remember if it was like, who told me that?
Was it
maybe
me.
you?
It's got to be me.
It was you.
Yeah.
That's you. They're like, they didn't cast you because they had someone that was almost exactly like you last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. And then I got my equity card that year anyway.
Boom. See, there you go.
So
you were fine.
I
swung. I did 4 tracks in that show.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did you only work there?
I mean, it was low stakes. No, I did 2 years.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Did you get paid more?
Mm-hmm. Not that much more, but I mean, honestly, that paycheck was pretty great.
Wait, so okay, quick side tangent from casting. And really the miracle it is to even get any job anytime. Truly. But what was Kings Island like life like? Because you guys had like fans and shit.
It was I always describe it as like a love to hate it kind of summer. Because like in the midst of it, it felt like hell. But I look back on it. But I look back on it with so much love.
Really?
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like as it was happening, I was pretty pissed. Like
actively
both summers,
in the moment.
I was like, no, I wish I had gotten the Muni, or I wish I was doing anything else. But I'm at a theme park and like blah 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 blah. My own ego was all up in itself. Mm-hmm. But looking back on both of those summers, I had the most incredible friends. That's cool. Amazing fun experiences. Like it's a 12-year-old dream to work in a theme. You can get off shift and go on a roller coaster. They would have like staff nights. Yeah. It was just so fun. It was so like summer college fun when I look back on it, and like I could write novels about the crazy things that happened. And it will absolutely be a chapter in my memoir. But yeah, it's just interesting that I remember in the moment like being really upset about it. Yeah. And now when I look back on it, I'm like, oh wow, how fun that was.
You know, and what the ironic part is like I got one of the fancy jobs when I didn't get Kings Island. I got like that equity gig at PCLO, which is Pittsburgh CLO, which is like a big house that just gives you your equity card, which is like the holy grail in colleges to get your equity card. And I had a very shitty summer doing that show because the choreographer was so mean.
That's so interesting to hear.
So rough. It was horrible. I had such a bad time.
But that's what goes to show. Like sometimes what on paper, like life hands you what you need.
I've had multiple people be like, okay, I don't know if I want to say this, but maybe I will. When they get the big shiny Broadway show, they're kind of miserable. Yeah. Because I don't know if it's just not meeting their expectations. Or people are mean, or there's something that happens where
I think you just have to do it for you.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people that I've talked to that have had that experience also, and I've also watched it happen in really cool projects, and I think that it's mostly about like whoever's going through it. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this is I don't want to say like that's a you thing, but like that's I don't know how to word that.
Yeah, I guess it is your perspective and like appreciation, but that's the other thing. Like you can be grateful that you're doing something cool and also like have a rough time. You know, I think that was what it was. I was like, wow, I feel a lot of pressure from this like clearly very egocentric choreographer that was literally reinventing the wheel for no fucking reason. We were doing 42nd Street and
I know who you're talking about.
I'll say his name, Michael Lichtenfeld. Dude, you were so mean to me. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why the fuck were you so? If you're listening,
y'all
dude,
get tea on this podcast.
You owe me a fucking apology. You were really rude, dude. And I
did it at North Shore too. The choreography is stunning.
Listen, sir, I know you're a huffer, but fuck. Okay, we had 3 days to learn that. Was it necessary? I don't care if there's tea. You kind of apologized to me later. I'm talking to you directly, sir. Because I went in for a different show that he was casting many years later, and he clearly didn't remember that I was the kid that he picked out to bully. But he was so fucking rude, and like everyone was so stressed. I was like, we're doing a musical. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, so
but that's kind of what I mean. I was like, I didn't mean that that's like a you thing. I meant like in general. I think when people are unhappy, it's like, oh, that's his problem. Like he was going through something.
But
or, like,
I wasn't that self-aware as like a teeny, like fucking 21-year-old trying to get
messed up.
It was so rough, guys. I would cry every single day. It was so hard. And I also have like a lot of trauma around dancing. My teacher growing up was absolutely grade A narcissist. Like if you look up like abusive narcissist, like that was who this teacher was. And honestly, man, there are other teachers at that studio that I grew up dancing at that I really owe a lot to, because there were some really good things that happened. Like Terry Leyland was one of my teachers who like really, really, held a light and helped me like.
That's why I'm
learn
so proud
tapping,
of what
actually.
You're creating with all of your content.
Thanks,
to like make that a safe space and avoid those types of people.
Yeah, and talk about good teaching practices that like there were good teachers, like, and there were other moments from the other teachers too where, and like when you look back on it too, like everyone's just trying their best in like a broken, toxic, dysfunctional situation, and it's like you can kind of look back on environments like that and be like, oh, like. Everybody was the victim of the top narcissist.
Right.
The best way I can put it in perspective, if you've seen the show Dance Moms with Abby Miller, and I know everybody giggles.
That's a great example because everybody knows what it is.
That's really what it was like.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. Like I literally, that was how. Now we didn't have a pyramid on the fucking mirror. But the teacher would be like, I don't even know why I'm not even saying her name, but you could probably Google it and figure it out. But she would just straight up point at us and be like, why aren't you like her? To the point where like my sister was like so thin. And I was like, oh my God, sorry, trigger warning, everybody. I was like probably like 12,
that
11.
Is a concerning age for whatever you're about to say.
Oh, absolutely. It was so bad, guys. I was like maybe 11 and my sister was very, very, very thin. She's built like a ballerina and I was a normal looking, healthy child. Not that Amelia wasn't healthy, but she was just very, very skinny. And she looked at me and she was like, why don't you look like her? You need to make yourself look like her.
That's unhinged behavior.
It was actually, guys, like this woman should be in jail. Like I'm not kidding. Like it was fucked up. She told me to like move my fat ass.
I want to say that stuff doesn't happen anymore, but it absolutely does because I had a friend. I'm not going to share this story because it's not mine to tell, but I had a friend very recently, and by very recently I mean like last week, was in Pearl Studios and
Pearl Studios
was in Pearl. She was a reader for a project.
Okay.
And ran into a casting director that she sort of semi-knows.
Yeah.
And said, the casting director said, like, oh, what are you here for? And she said, I'm doing this. And the casting director was like, oh, you're really not in shape for that.
What?
And she was like, what?
A casting director?
A casting director. Like, yeah.
A high-end like a high-end?
No. Like
was the casting
kind
director
of a boo-boo casting director, but like,
a poo-poo?
Yeah.
Were they on drugs?
No, and that's the thing. I'm like, was your dance teacher on drugs?
No, she's just a narcissist.
Right.
And she clearly
These people
has
are
an
just
eating
like,
disorder.
I'm like, what makes you think you can comment on somebody's body like that?
The incurable body dysmorphia that I contracted at age 10.
Also, you at age 10 and this person last week are both objectively beautiful people. So I'm like, if you are saying that to these humans,
but that's the thing.
What?
That's the thing about body dysmorphia. And again, trigger warning for anyone that's dealing with this and all of that. But it doesn't go away. Like, I don't know what to tell. Like, it almost feels like, okay, my brain grew up in this form. And like the body checking and the feeling of my pants against my body and the measures, like I can never unlearn all of the calories in all of the foods. And actually it wasn't until I watched a movie, guys, sorry, this took like a really crazy turn. I wasn't expecting this, but here we are. I didn't know the the intensity of my eating disorder and how bad it was when I was a child through college, until actually in college when I was watching a movie about anorexia with Lily. I think it was Lily Collins was in it. Mm-hmm. And there were scenes of her doing like, guys, again, trigger warning again. She was doing like sit-ups in her bed, and she was like fucking, she knew every calorie.
She was performing behavior that you were like, oh no,
I do all of those things.
Yeah.
like to the point where like at night, like I would do sit-ups in my bed as a child to basically like try to not face the scrutiny of this teacher, to be called out and bullied and shamed and made fun of and humiliated in front of a group of children and other adults. And then the adults enabled it. And one of the adults who has since passed, who was like a secretary at the studio, like purposely ordered me large costumes because she said I ate too many cookies over Christmas. And it's just, the abuse just goes on and on. Guys, so when I'm telling you that the Dance Moms thing, and I'm very transparent about this, like this is, I think there was shame around it for a long time. Like I was afraid of sharing it because it was like, well, then you shouldn't be doing entertainment. Like if you can't handle this, right? There was always this like, well, and it was like, you need to be effortlessly thin, but you can't starve yourself because then you're crazy. And it was like, no one could be that thin.
That's not how bodies work.
Right. So then everyone was just lying about starving themselves. And I mean, and then I was also had the mind fuck because my sister was naturally very thin and could eat a lot just because of how she was built. So whatever fucking reincarnation shit pie I designed for myself when I came into this life of lessons to learn, it was quite an interesting thing. I do not know. Oh, this is why I don't give a fuck about calling out that fucking mean ass choreographer in 42nd Street, because part of the trouble, like, you listen, he was mean to me. We all know that, but he was also, like you were saying, like that was his shit. He was like probably trying to just do his job. He's probably stressed. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes?
I mean, he could also just be an asshole.
He was definitely an asshole to me for no reason. He later like almost cast me in something else, so he clearly forgot. So maybe I reminded him. But whatever, Michael. I wish you well. Your choreography, I will remember it until the day I fucking die, because I drilled that into my body so much. But the reason, like, I'm not going to like shy away from saying that because that really happened.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I care about like getting a job. No, I fucking don't. Not for my integrity and my dignity, because those things actually happen.
Well, and not to like bring it back to casting, but something that I've tried to do is like, I believe in transparency 100%.
Yeah.
And if I've learned anything is that there's no reason in the entire casting process to keep anything secret.
Yeah.
Other than feeling powerful. And I don't fuck with that.
No.
There's no, like, it's a job interview at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if you at any point in time or in that process need to have an answer, like, happy to provide it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's no like,
well, that's
just
why.
Like, did I get a call back or not? Did I book the job? And like, I'll let you know.
Right.
Granted, I was like, I can't speak for everyone. God knows that. But like, I really tried and continue to try when I'm casting to practice what I would want as an actor, which is just respect and like base level transparency, like
transparency, and
just
dignity.
Letting everybody know.
Yeah,
because there's no reason not to.
Well, it's just another form of respect, and I think this is one way that if we take all what I'm saying, I know it was like very dark, and you know I'm kind of being facetious a little bit talking about it, but if there's one positive thing, I do think for the most part, as people like us and other people ahead of us, and just there are actually many wonderful people that are starting to ascend in the business, which hopefully we see change because of the transparency and of the demand for the respect and dignity. And I think the first step is to share stories about that, and then to act like when you are in a position of quote unquote power, like DJ is, like to communicate and express that that kind of I don't know what's the word for this, express that kind of it's almost like also being like grateful and appreciative of the actors too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
that's I'm like, if you're, I'm asking you to do work and you're not getting paid for it.
yeah, like thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of casting directors
I also try to do that when I know it's a fast turnaround. I've had to work on a few projects where I've had to request tapes with like 48-hour turnarounds. Dang. And I'm like, I always like in the note section, I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, this is just what it is. If you don't have the time, space, or energy for it, feel free to pass. Like, like just throwing it out there. I know this is a crazy turnaround, but like, if you can get it to me, get it to me.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's
because I also want people to not feel bad if they're like, I can't get this done in 2 days.
Yeah, then like
I'm gonna like, girl, okay, totally fine. I'm not gonna be like blacklisted. Like, no.
But we're also told that we are gonna be and that's what I mean. Like, when a conservatory, like we're trained like, oh, you better not like piss anyone off or get anyone's bad side, and you have to be the perfect girl. And
if an email asking for something is really gonna piss someone off, they have their own issues.
Well, but I feel like people in the business did have a lot.
Oh,
more
they
issues.
do, and they still do.
The older generation, I feel like it's starting to shift a little bit. Hopefully,
yeah, that's what's like. I definitely got some emails from actors being like, hey, do we know a timeline on this, or like what's going on with this, or like I would like to be seen for this, can I, or whatever. And I always just responded with the truth of like, so sorry, that is already cast. Yeah, that's why we're not looking. Yeah, or like, can I have an extension? I'm like, I can give you an extension, but I will be transparent in that the team is going to start watching videos.
Yeah, so I can't guarantee you that.
Originally, so I can't guarantee you'll get seen, but I will put you on the link if I can.
Yeah,
like, just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth. Yeah, I mean, I think.
And I've never been offended that like, how dare they ask that question? Yeah. Like, no.
Yeah.
It takes 30 seconds to respond to an email.
Yeah. So I think the good news is like for actors listening, like I think a lot of casting directors are actually like, again, they're good people that I think at the end of the day really love actors.
Yeah.
And if there's chaos, like I was talking to DJ about this, and I kind of mentioned this in a different podcast episode where I get like vulnerable and I start to like be really transparent about my own awakenings on my own path and all that kind of shit. But I kind of with the toxic work situations and stuff and how some things are very inherently dysfunctional about the entertainment industry. I think what's interesting is the more we can identify like where there was possibly like chaos in our own life. And this is like one of the hardest things I've ever kind of done for myself. And everybody's going to have a different journey with this. So I don't like, if this doesn't relate to you, then just ignore it. But when I finally did the scary thing, which was ultimately like, why, if I really asked myself, why the fuck am I doing it in this way? And do I feel that it has to work out in this way? And ultimately it comes down to like, okay, I decided somewhere along the way that is the way that success had to be. And then I'm like trying to like fill
but now we're beating a dead horse and it's not working.
And right. And it's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Right. And so if you like, I think the other thing is like, I've said this in other podcasts, it's okay to ebb and flow. Like if you're an actor and you're submitting and you're feeling frustrated, like I think both can be true. If this is something you want and you can stay in there consistently and not feel like you're going to like lose your mind, and like you can still hold integrity and like feel like you're doing good work, and like it's delightful to you, at least in a way that outweighs the cons of like, if you're feeling like I'm going crazy and this doesn't feel aligned and what the fuck, and I'm like hitting my head, like I don't think this is a hot take, but like I don't think it's a terrible thing to reflect and adjust, even at the very least, like adjust how you're doing things. Especially if you're recognizing, like in me, oh, I had a fuck ton of trauma related specifically to dance. It was making me so viscerally triggered going into these dance calls or doing dance gigs that I was like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. And I don't think that makes me a bad person. No. I don't think it makes me, but you know what I mean? Like, I think some people would listen to me. I feel like there's some people that get really triggered by like, if I say like, I don't want to be in the dance ensemble, they'll go
because they hear she thinks she's too good.
She thinks she's too
good.
It's
like,
for
no,
it.
it's just not. Like, it's not good for.
It's not good
my
for
mind.
me because I have a lot of trauma, and sometimes it's hard for me to put myself in that space. Like literally to the point where I'll have like kind of like PTSD responses for learning choreography, and I can get past it. Like I've worked through it and like done well, but like when you're a kid that's like abused in a studio and told you're stupid over and over and over again because you can't remember things, and then you're put in a dance call and you're in front of a panel of casting directors and people that are trying to make a decision, and then your brain go like you kind of enter the white room and you humiliate yourself over and over and over again. It's and that's not always the case. What we
do is crazy.
It's insane, but that's what I'm
literally
saying.
Crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't it more crazy to ignore?
Well, and I will say again, this might just be for like, I don't know, just so any actors that are listening can hear it. Whatever your like meanest, most self-sabotaging ego voice in the back of your head likes to assume is happening when people are watching your tapes is not happening.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been like, oh my God, this person's tape is so bad.
That's a good point. That's a good point to make.
Never. If somebody sends a bad tape, I'm usually like, God damn. And then I just move on to the next one.
I just move on. I'm like,
do you know what I mean?
Shit.
Like,
well,
A, I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
And B, it's always like a damn it, because I wanted it to be good.
You wanted it to be good. And I
so
think,
like, it's not ever like judgy in a way that feels
like, who do they
like, and it
think...
feels that like mean girl kind of way.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And this, I mean, kind of with the dance calls that I'm talking about, or if you get nervous, see, like, I think I can relate to a lot of the singers that listen to me with like their singing trauma and all of their stuff because I have such deep dance trauma and dance shit that happened. And like, I get it on the flip side, and I can help a lot of dancers actually with their singing trauma because I understand to speak their language, and to also, I've been around a lot of them because I was a dancer for a long time. So to be like, I think it's the same thing with that, guys. Like, if you go into a call and you don't feel comfortable or confident, they're not going to be mocking you or anything.
No.
They don't really care that much, honestly.
Yeah.
They're just trying to do their job.
And honestly, I'll say, like, I remember really good people, even if they don't book. I don't remember really bad people. Like, that's what's like, I've had plenty of like bombed auditions for myself that I'm like, oh God, they're gonna remember that forever.
Yeah.
They won't. No. Because like I didn't.
Right.
But I can tell you, like, the very first film I cast, almost like you just said, almost a year ago now, I remember specifically the two actors that were brilliant that I actually thought should get it and didn't. But they still exist rent-free in my mind as like going through the whole process brilliantly. Yeah. And I can't wait to like have another opportunity to throw at them.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. And we're kind of ADDing, circling around, but that's what I mean. It was like, okay, if you do good work, like literally your only job. And that's been
a year. I know exactly who they are. I know their emails. And I'm like, the second something pops up, I'm going to be like, call this person. They were great.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Les Mis, to have, I guess I can mention that show because it's been around for so long. But to have the casting director be like, you sound great. Like, your voice has improved. Or like, I remember that. And then they call me in for that. And then I make it to finals.
Well, they also watch your tapes a lot more than you watch your tapes. That's also something I'm kind of just thinking of right now. I watch it, like, especially if you've made it onto a selects link. That means I watched your tape initially. I probably watched it again because I liked it so I could note it. And then I have then I have to just do like a bunch of office work where I like click and copy paste and move it to a link, and then I watch it again to make sure they're all playing on the link. And like, then whenever the callbacks happen with the team and I get the team to watch it, like, I'm watching it with them. So I'm like, by the time you have booked a role or not booked a role and come close to it, I've watched your audition like 6 or 7 times. So like, I feel like I know the actor very well, even though like they don't know me.
It's
They've
like a
never even met me.
relationship.
It's exactly what it is.
Like, I love this person, and
right? And they don't know who I am, which has been fun because like the two of the things I've cast, I've got to be on set for, and it was that exact like parasocial kind of moment.
Like, oh my God, hi!
I was like, oh my God, hi, it's you. And they're like, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm DJ. I'm the casting director. And then they're like, oh my God, hi, nice to meet you. But like, they didn't know what I looked like. They didn't know who I am.
No.
But meanwhile, I was like, I've been fighting for you to get this job. I've watched your audition 10 times and I've put it on all the links and all the spreadsheets.
I've been pushing for you, baby.
Right. And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And that's also just like kind of weird because it's the virtual world of it all now too. But like, yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I hope this podcast, this episode in particular, is at the very least eye-opening. That's kind of why I wanted DJ to talk about it, because as an actor and casting director, and he understands both sides. He understands the pain of like, fuck, like, I just feel like I'm like making this tape and putting it in the void and no one's ever fucking seeing it. But then like just giving you the transparency of that behind the scene, like peek back behind the curtain, like, don't resent them. Like, really, truly, like,
resent the industry and like how things have to work,
and then look inward.
Right. Yes.
Like that's like literally what I mean. Like that's what I kind of sorry guys, I know it was a lot to just be like abuse, but I feel like kind of being transparent about that, you know, can hopefully identify why we're harboring some resentment, or we're actually electing to put ourselves in chaotic situations or take certain treatment when we actually always have a choice.
I wish there was like an industry-wide like post-mortem kind of meeting where there could be like, hey, this is what's working and what's not working. Because I think a lot of actors, if there was a group survey of everyone, would say, I am deeply uncomfortable with doing excellent work and hearing nothing. Yeah. That's my biggest thing, was like, I've been rejected daily. It's all, like, I'm actually pretty fine with rejection. What drives me nuts is not knowing. Yeah. Or just like sending it into the ether and never hearing anything again. Yeah. So like personally, if I could create it or trademark it, I wish there was like even like an online system that could just tell you if you're still in the mix or not. Just so you couldn't move on with your life if you've been passed over, or just like know that like it's been watched and they went in a different direction. In real time. I wish that existed. I don't know how it could, and somebody that has a lot more tech savvy brains would have to create it.
Sounds like a good idea though. Like,
but because I feel like it's gotta be a AI. It's got to be an AI thing that you could even do on Actors Access and Breakdown Express, just like as a plugin. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But if anybody's listening that knows how to do that, please make that a feature, because I think that would make everybody a little less crazy.
A little less crazy. Well, and I think on the other thing, I've kind of been seeding this and dribbling this out and mentioning it, but it's not announced yet. But a new container that I'm making that's obviously not going to be about like making yourself go less crazy about here, like it won't do that, but what it will do would be that second piece of like, if I'm feeling unhappy or I'm feeling resentful or I feel out of control and all these things, I'm going to be creating a container. I'm very excited about and bringing on experts that specialize in understanding how to help in a mental health support sort of way without explicitly saying.
Have you talked about your meditation stuff on here yet? Because like those that you sent me are really good.
The Abundant Artist audio series?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Well, it's going to be in that vein. So I don't know, by the time this comes out, there's the possibility that anyone will be able to get that audio series, but it's kind of being tested right now. But basically, what I'm really interested in, I haven't talked about this a whole lot, but what's the
I forgot I was the test guinea pig.
I know, you're some of the testy guinea pigs. No, that's okay. Other people
No, but I
too.
love it. That's why I was like, no notes.
Well,
it's great.
that's why I'm so into guys doing these like free events, because like I swear to God, like if you sign up for About Like a Baddie, if I do it next year, if you're ever in the Discover class, if I do it again, like we're starting to sing any of those things, I love to dribble out new things and test on people. And because DJ's a friend, I sent him that. But if you were part of About Like a Baddie, you know that you were offered this Abundant Artist audio series, which is actually just a little sneak peek into this next stage of development for the business. And if you don't know about me, DJ does, but I'll share that like I care about doing the inward work for artists. If you've ever known about the book The Artist's Way, or know anything about neuroplasticity, if you know anything.
Also, this is hard stuff.
It's
like,
hard.
This is hard
That's
stuff.
why I'm hiring people that actually know how the fuck to make sure that like they're specialists, they understand how to do it. Obviously for legal reasons, it's not going to be supplemental.
But what made me say that too is that like I tried to do The Artist's Way myself. Yeah. A few years ago. I don't really remember how long ago. Hard. But I think I got to like chapter 4 or 5 or like stage 4 or 5, whenever it was. And like I ended up stopping just because I couldn't do it by myself. I was like, this is so much work.
Yeah. I mean,
and
if you want to do it again,
it's helpful, but like I needed accountability.
Yeah, we need accountability.
And I think that's what what you provide helps with that. Because like, yes, you can do it on your own. You totally can. Yeah. But I guarantee you'll burn out.
Yeah. Exactly. Like this mystery thing that I'm talking about that isn't announced yet. Just know that I think a lot of people know it's so necessary to get this extra support, and not just extra support in the lens of like, I'm going to work on myself and self-help. No, bitch. I mean, let's look inwards so that we can actually enjoy the dream that we set out to do. Yeah. Because I think sometimes we get with things like Money Story and Lack and Starving Artists and fucking like this boundary thing, like, can I just let this go? Am I going to put all of my self-worth into hearing back from this thing? Right. You know, these things that are actually very specific to being an artist. the rejection piece, the fucking body image piece that I'm talking about. Like, what are containers? That are specifically
the lights just flickered.
Sorry, the lights just flickered. It's a ghost. But what is a community where we can have artist accountability and artist healing? Can we do the inward work and then also hold each other accountable? So anyway, I'm giving way too much information about this without
but I'll say like there's a part of this
need.
There's a part of this that is I'm trying to like think of how to say it without being specific, I guess. You're braver than I am on like naming names and stuff. But like I've had specific situations in my career and upcoming for like that have had a really like a hold on my neck in a really negative way.
Yeah.
And
I
also I'm excited for some opportunities that are coming up that are equally as exciting, but don't have the same hold on my neck. And I'm excited to just like be free and like do the job and then leave.
Well, yeah. And that, I mean, again, another part of this thing that might be coming up is like surrender, safety within the job, not feeling attached to any particular outcome, freeing your creativity, which I think the Abundant Audio series specifically has some about that. Well, what's your favorite track on there?
Oh gosh, I don't know them off the top of my head. What's the one that would be like the pre-audition one?
Oh,
like
Artist Glow.
Yeah, that one.
Everyone loves Artist Glow.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, because you glow like a fucking star. You're like, I'm a star.
Well,
bitch.
It's also
it's a walking meditation.
It's that and that's because like I can't sit still. So like I love that. But I also love how it's like it talks about kind of like radiating.
Yeah.
And that's part of our acting training that we got in college that really spoke to me the most.
Yeah.
And I still kind of hang on to.
Work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hearing that again in a new way made me be like, ooh. It like sparked that like, oh yeah, that's what made me get excited when I was 20.
Yeah.
Let me try to like find that again.
Yeah. And I think the reason I keep mentioning it is because I'm so fucking excited about it. And also like I'm trying to come out more as being someone that is kind of like obsessed with this kind of work. Like I love it just as much or more even than teaching voice. And I think it works together so well. And so my goal for the business and to help people is not just give technical support. Like, hey, you come to me, I'm a vocal technician. We will help you get this physical healthy thing. So you're freeing your instrument. You're healing the relationship with your instrument in the sense that you're understanding what true alignment is and what your true sound is.
What were we just doing before this podcast too? Where I was singing a little bit. You were vocally aligning me.
Yeah.
And I created a sound that
this is so
sounded,
interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Sounded good. But my brain immediately fought it.
Because it was like too easy.
Because it was too easy. And I was really like, well, no, that was cheating. Or like, no, bad, cheating.
Well, that's my point.
That was this. Why didn't it feel like this? And you're like, but it sounded good. And I was like, no, I know it sounded good. Then why did my brain just
and that's what I'm
fight
saying.
My own instinct to like sing with ease?
That's what I'm fucking saying. Because just as your body, we got to teach your body to physically make the function. Your brain and your subconscious has stories about your voice, has stories about who you are as a person. And
it's like, it's an inner voice that's just like policing you in the worst way.
Yeah. And guess what? You can't, like, whether it's an inner voice, whether it's a critic, if you want to talk about it in parts work or in shadow or in other,
I fuck with that. So
I fuck with internal family systems myself. But like, whether it's that or like, anything in your subconscious, you can't fucking lie to your subconscious. You can't even do, guys, like this work that I want to do for artists in this other container, because I think it's both to like truly make a huge difference in the world. We need both, right? And it's something deeper too. Like I'm realizing this about myself is like I can't make something and not do my own inner work and healing. And like I said, like when I realized that like I was drawn to this career because I was like, oh, I feel like there's a void in myself that I'm trying to fill. Right? Then it's like, what is this void? Well, it's being with the unknown. And I feel like sometimes vocal work can be like that because it's like, well, I'm familiar with my ability to muscle the sound because that is what sounds safe to me because I'm familiar with that. But what if I let go like subconsciously? And then what ends up happening when we're doing this like somatic energy clearing around the voice as well, then your muscles, like it's like your subconscious like allows your muscles to relax in a different way and you feel free.
It's not the kind of thing that, because like I know I would always almost argue that like I wouldn't be comfortable doing that on stage, though, because what if I crack and I'm not practiced in that?
Right.
But that's not how I felt. That felt fully connected. And I was like, no, I have no worry that wouldn't happen.
Right.
It was just a mental block.
Yeah, it's a mental block. So, but then even more than like, I'm going to just tell myself I'm not blocked or I'm going to journal about it. There needs to be more about this. There needs to be more. There's nervous system regulation that needs to take place. Your body needs to know, like, it needs to be practiced so that when you're on stage, you aren't going into fight or flight, right? Your body isn't kicking in. It's like we're undoing muscle memory, both from the physical point, from your voice, but also brain work to help your body physically feel and your brain get on board with the fact that this new way of being is safe and you can trust it. Yeah. So it's like doing both of those things at the same time.
And you can still add the colors you want, because then remember I was like, I still want to dirty this up though, because actor DJ is going to want to do this. And you're like, yeah, then do it, but just know how to come back to center.
Right. But because again, guys, the point of doing all of this kind of training, any kind of vocal training, is about freeing you up. I want to help you understand what you're actually capable of doing in a free way, not in a way that you're like clamping or manipulating and, trying to and again, we could even argue like, what is the story of like, oh, I need to sound this way. Why? Like, is it like, I need to sound good because if I sound bad, like, oh, my dad will think I suck, or like, who knows? Who kind of like, it all comes like, mine comes back to daddy issues. You know what I mean?
It's like mine would be, I feel like it's the music I grew up with. I don't know what the, like, if I don't sound like that, I don't know what that answer would be. Mm-hmm. But, like, I find myself deeply influenced by the music I grew up listening to. Mm-hmm. And so I think about, like, what would my voice sound like with my exact muscle and anatomy if I grew up listening to a different set of artists? Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I think we are heavily influenced by who we listened to growing up. But yeah, so that's just an interesting thing to think about is like, anyway, I think the brain and the voice we all know that the singing is one of the most complex things that you can do with your brain, and there are healing practitioners that work from just a healing place of freeing the voice, but I think there's more to it. And I'm, like I said, I'm like kind of coming out of the closet as being like someone that like kind of deeply works on this and researches this and is constant. I like go to retreats and I'm doing this work on myself and finding people that I trust that teach me about it. But at the end of the day, in integrity, I want to make sure that if I'm creating something that people are going to be paying for, that it's done well and it's done exceptionally and it's done entirely in a way that artists can continue to use it to help themselves. So that's why it's in development right now. And
I think you're doing it with flying colors.
Well, thanks, DJ. Well, we'll see. I don't think there is work. There is no such thing as isolating just working on the voice without doing any kind of inner work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's okay. It's my tea.
Because at a certain point, you're going to get confronted with that. And until you look at it, you're going to keep getting confronted. You're going to keep confronted with it. And why don't we reclaim our joy by looking inside and doing the hard thing? But anyway, we spun around. We probably should wrap it up here soon because I feel like we've been talking and talking and talking. But
I love this podcast.
I know, isn't it
I want to come back all the time.
Yes, we got to get you before you head across the world for your gig.
I know.
You're gonna leave me. That's not okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm a little naughty because I'm like shamelessly dropping names, but I don't give a fuck. That's my story.
I need more of that. I give too many fucks.
You know what? But I'll never pressure you to do anything.
No, it's okay. One of these days, I'm just gonna like full crash out on this podcast.
We'll bleep everything out.
Just drop everything I got.
Just like bleep everything. Our editor Amanda. I think it's about. Again, in integrity, I have to be transparent about my story and my process because I feel like that's how people can relate. Yeah. And that's how they trust you. And, so if I'm a martyr of dying on my own fucking flapping mouth, then fuck.
Whatever.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And also, I know there's some listeners that don't like that I curse. And with that, I say...
I'm laughing.
I kind of am sorry. Part of me is like, oh, I apologize if this is abrasive and if it makes it harder for you to listen with your kids around and like all that kind of stuff. I get it. But I will say this, and I will only say this once. Headphones. Also, I worked for fucking years to build this brand, and this is what I'm like, damn it. So this is what you get, and if you don't like it, then don't listen to it. I don't know. I just feel like there's some things that are a little bit more concerning in the world than me saying fuck, but that's just me. But I understand that some people don't hear that language all the time, and it is very crass. I understand. I got a mouth on me.
You driving.
Dirty whore. You dirty fucking whore.
Do you have any more casting questions?
Ooh, I don't know. Do you have any other like?
I don't think I was like I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. But like,
said some really good nugs.
Thanks. I don't know if like
good old nuggets.
Did you specifically, Sarah, have anything that you would like?
Me specifically, Sarah.
I don't know. We've probably already talked about it, but
I don't know. I guess maybe for someone that's maybe struggling with the process of taping, I feel like I go in cycles. Like, I feel like sometimes I'll really enjoy the tape, which actually I might want you to help me with this next tape that I just got.
Yes, I love it.
But like, maybe some things to like help people have a better attitude around it so that they can reclaim the power around it while all this shit is happening out of their control. Like, what can make them feel like they're leaving with a great tape? You know, I think the things
that stick out to me are I hate how this is going to sound because I can hear how many times this was said to me and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Mm-hmm. But like having fun is so real. I actually just had a friend who's not an actor tape for something and he booked it. And it's because obviously he's very talented and capable. However, his tape was kind of just like a fuck it because he's not an actor. This is not what he does for a living. Mm-hmm. And he's able to just like make a hilarious tape and send it in. Yeah. And I was like, that was more free work, free meaning like freeing than I think a lot of actors would present. Because again, that have probably better resumes. But like, it's just, he was just having fun and it was joyous to watch.
And just surrender and that's of the like, thing who knows?
That I feel like a lot of actors like to like, and I call myself out on this too, but like to show how good at acting they are when, especially when it comes down to, like we said, like the executives and the producers and everything, they don't know anything about acting anyway. So they just want to say like, who is the person? Like, you just have to be believable. It's not like, can you play a waitress? Or it's like, that's the waitress. Or like, is this person a doctor? Did I buy them as a doctor? Not, did they act well in the scene as a doctor?
No, are they a doctor?
Are they a doctor?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's, I mean, yeah. It's...
So much of that is like, and that's when you find, like, when you're watching, like, the hundreds and hundreds of the same scene over and over again, everybody does a good job. It's like that's the person.
Yeah, because they're just...
And it's not based on looks, because I feel like a lot of people like to be like, oh, it's because I'm too old or too young or too skinny or too fat or too black or too white or too anything, like whatever it is. It's usually not that. It's usually just like they liked somebody else better because they believed them more.
Yeah. Now, as an actor, what are ways to? So we know what will make something good for a casting director in a way that puts it in the actor's hands, which is like just have fun. But from an actor perspective, as someone that's maybe come away from, oh, I used to like take these too seriously, or I used to be like beat myself up and like have gotten maybe better. Like I can speak on this too, but maybe gotten better at making it more fun. Like what was that process of you reclaiming it? I think I'll say part of it was, and you can correct me, but maybe finding friends to do them with made it more fun.
And also, even in the actual process, sometimes I try to connect with casting a little bit more. And like, I say this carefully because like you also don't want to come off as like too much. But like, there are ways, especially just to be like, when like sending like follow-up emails or in like a submission note section, to just be like, oh, thanks, so-and-so, or like, there's ways to make it a little bit more personal and less like corporately cold. And the people that, especially once like they're in a callback process or like I'm emailing back and forth with them to schedule or whatever, the actors and the agents that I find myself enjoying are the ones that just talk like a human and like make it kind of fun. Like, oh, like, thanks, DJ. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, because I'm a person that had a weekend.
I'm a human.
Like, I know that has nothing to do with us scheduling your client for this audition, but like, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, people that kind of just like treat it like an actual interaction. Yeah. So even when you're submitting a tape, be like, thanks, this is fun. Or like something like that. Never, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I just did that yesterday in a commercial for something. They were like, commercial auditions are so weird. They were like, they were like, oh, tell us something you really want for Christmas. And then imagine you're getting it.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, there's a way to be like horribly cheesy with that, and then there's a way to be so real and look directly at the camera and be like, "Do you know what I actually?"
That's what I said. That's what I literally said.
Like,
that's what I said. I looked at the camera. I was like, "You know what I fucking want? I want this new, like this container that I was just talking to you. I was I want it to sell out, and I want it to help so many people, and like I want it to like kind of change.
And I'm seeing it in your eyes right now, and you're like getting so excited about it. You're not acting. You're just genuinely excited about this thing.
Like, I want this to sell out because I want it to help so many people, and like. I'm so excited about it. And then I was like, and then I looked at the camera and I was like, okay, now I'm going to pretend that it's happening. Okay.
But that's like what shows you like as like a person.
Yeah, I know. I was just pretending I was like talking to you and I was like, look, I'm going to pretend I'm getting it right now. So watch me. And then I just started like kind of screaming a little bit.
Was it for cat food? I know we talked about that.
No, it wasn't for cat food. It was for like Christmas. It was like a Christmas thing.
Are they already casting Christmas stuff?
Oh, yeah.
The amount of times I can complain about not getting auditions all I want, but in every medium of everything, you bet your ass I get called in for the elves. Whether it's voiceover, commercial,
give me your best voice.
Films.
Give me your best elf. Because DJ's a voiceover
they're all
guy.
different because
Wait,
like...
Did we never even touch the surface of voiceover in the last two?
See, now you have to have me back. Part 3. I'm not going to do voices in this one.
Okay, you're not going to do elf in this one?
No, because they're always different. Sometimes like I'm
going to do a voiceover roulette and I want us to play a game on the next episode.
Fun.
I want us to play a game and then we'll just like, should we like do like AI generated images and like come up with a name or like or we describe
honestly,
like,
I love that as just like
I love this like an activity
for me.
Yeah, we should do it. We should do it for each other, and you'll be way better at it. And we.
I might not be. You're really good at it.
No, we should give each other like accents, or be like a disgruntled musician from Ireland.
That's
fun.
Just
the cast of once.
Oh, we should just like create that game and then play it with ourselves.
But like play it and then play it with ourselves, and then we'll have. I had
to today. I sent it to you. I had to today recreate. A video that already exists. So it wasn't supposed to be a direct voice match, but it was a video that was like, you have to do this exact thing. But it did fit my brand really well. So I was like, heard, got it, say less, I got this.
Got it.
But yeah, no, I do be going in for the elves.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to get
the last one was he was an angry elf. He was not an angry elf. He wasn't angry. He was like a jaded mall elf. He like didn't really want to work the like job.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I have like a personal story of some people that I know about the quote from Elf. Oh, he's an angry elf.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you off the air because that's not appropriate.
Okay.
I'm not going to name drop that because it's not my story to tell.
I can't wait.
But it's actually fucking fantastic.
You should have a Patreon where you have extra stories behind a paywall.
Guys, maybe...
but that's gatekeeping, and you don't want to do that.
You know what? We're not going to gatekeep, but we will have it as a bonus.
I just told you to gatekeep. I'm so sorry, listeners.
No, but there is going to be this new thing that we're going to... Guys, also part of this new thing is you will get like live calls and stuff with this new thing too.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fucking cool. You better fucking hold on to your hats this holiday season, bitches. This is my holiday ad. You get ready to heal yourself this holiday season.
No. Write an ad and I'll do it as an elf. That's what
oh my god. That's perfect.
I'll do the voiceover for free.
Voiceover for free. Holiday season. You ready to get real with your shit?
I also get like the jaded elf. I also had to do a jaded reindeer once.
No, not jaded reindeer.
Yeah.
What's the difference between
like he didn't like want to ride in the sleigh, like he didn't want to be pulling Santa and like all the toys. He's like so over it, and like so Christmas is his least favorite thing.
His back hurts.
Yeah.
He's like, don't make me do it again. It's like an ensemblist boy and like the oldest ensemblist who's like, I'm old. I did Fosse in the day. Don't ask me to do this.
Literally, the cast of Chicago.
The cast of Chicago. I judge dance competitions, and I don't get on the ground.
Yeah, but they still serve, though.
Of course they serve, because they're fierce. Okay, I just made a character background in a Broadway way for this reindeer. Anyway, all right. I think we should wrap it up because we are heavily...
I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I need to go to bed, too. Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening again today. Really appreciate you. At the time that this is recorded, again, reminder that signups should be... You should be able to register for group classes, which would be rad. I hope to see you in there if it isn't sold out. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. This helps me get this information out to more artists all over the world. Let's work together to spread the joys of music. Until next time, I'm your host, Sarah Bishop, signing off from the Singer's Path podcast. Thanks for listening.